Welcome to the TopRank Marketing News Roundup. I'm Tiffani Allen.
And I'm Joshua Nite.
These are today's top stories. Twitter is allowing brands to actually access data about their demographic and their users through their analytics platform, Nite, which allows brands now to see any public Twitter handle, who is visiting their sites, who's viewing their tweets, and you can create audience segments accordingly. So you can actually tell who's viewing tweets from your competitors. It would be helpful for influencer research. There's all kinds of implications of this new data you can access.
So they're not giving like full granularity, right? You can't just look at like, show me a dude in California who enjoys kale and also is looking to buy a surfboard or a skateboard or a surfboard, as I was trying to say.
That could probably be found just on the street, but no, it's more holistic. It's groups. It's not creepy individual Twitter handle stalking. That you have to do on your own.
Okay, good. Jury's still out, by the way, whether it's pronounced nip or gnip.
Leave your answer in the comments.
Yeah, personally, I don't know. What I do know, though, is that there is an idea that passwords may become completely obsolete in the next 4 or 5 years for businesses, which makes me super excited.
Why does that make you excited?
Because I can't remember stuff. Like, use a retina scan, use a palm scan. I always have a palm and I always have an eye, but what I don't usually have is the capacity to remember 12 characters of random gibberish, you know?
Sounds right.
Yeah, so what we have now is not only are passwords hard to remember, 70% of the businesses that were surveyed in this recent report believed that passwords were not a sufficient level of protection. So 72% say they're going to stop using passwords entirely, phase them out, 36% in as little as 4 years. So I'm happy. I can't wait for this. Right now what we have is 85% of businesses are doing two-factor authentication, which is a password plus another thing that you have to remember or have with you, or yeah. So can't wait until I can just stick, my tongue on a switch and it goes, that's clearly your tongue. You deserve access to your Twitter analytics.
You're going to need to clear that with the adults before you start sticking your tongue on stuff, just so you know. It's a little dangerous.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we had already did that. We had already implemented that in the office.
Going to work from home next week.
I'm going to need some bleach wipes.
In other news, Polaroid launched a new app called Swing, which is something kind of like the iPhone's photo bursts and also sort of like Instagram. It allows people to take a picture, which is a burst of photos, and compile them into one small video, and you can swipe through. It's really cool. It's kind of like Instagram, and they're kind of billing it like it's going to change social media, sort of like how Twitter changed brevity. So it's kind of a big bill to fit, but it looks really cool.
It's like a 1 second video, right?
It's very short.
That is very short.
Yeah, and you can apply filters to it. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out with other camera manufacturers who maybe don't have as much relevance in today's market. It'll be interesting to see.
So do you think each one of them is going to come with their app? Like Kodak is going to have a 1.5 second photo, maybe.
Camera wars.
Yeah, maybe Nikon's going to come out with, okay, well this is just like a 2-second photo, but you can not only do filters on it, you can flip it upside down and put it in Spanish.
That would be useful.
Yeah, so that could be its own network too.
Polaroid,
Polaroid is leading the way in trying to find ever more weird little increments of things we can tweak. So
did you leave your idea hat at home today, Josh?
I left all of my hats at home.
I knew it.
So I will. We'll keep an eye on that. It didn't seem like a thing that could be an entire platform, like to hang out a whole platform on. But I don't know. Like before Vine, 8 seconds of video didn't seem like it either. So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Keep us posted. It could be also. I would have said if you had asked me a week ago, if you had asked if Pokemon were still a thing, I would have said no. It's not the 90s. Who cares about Pokemon anymore? Pikachu is probably in rehab now. Who cares? But it turns out Pokemon are still huge. Pokemon Go is taking over everything, including my newsfeed with 10 or 11 different posts.
Pictures everywhere.
What I gathered from this for marketers is that businesses are actually using their status as a Pokestop or a Pokegym, which is where, of course, as you know, you go to train your Pokemon, or you go to get spare Pokeballs or eggs or egg incubators sometimes.
I did know that.
It depends, yeah. So these sites are kind of distributed randomly by the people who made the game. There's no control for businesses over that. But the businesses that have found that they are near or at one of these locations have been using them to bring in foot traffic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. There's an item called a lure that you can place on your Pokestop or your Pokegym, which makes Pokemon more likely to spawn. And you can tell on social media, for example, you can post, hey everybody, we're about to drop a lure on our Pokegym, you should come in. And then, 8.5 times the foot traffic, some people are saying.
That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's exciting too in terms of using augmented reality as a form of marketing for the kind of mix between in-person and digital marketing. It'd be interesting to see what the impacts of that are with other apps and other platforms. Also, the sentence that you just said, if I said that to anybody outside of people in this immediate area, it would be a really, really strange, and I'd probably wind up at some sort of medical professional.
Okay, so. What? Okay, who?
You're gonna drop a what?
Right. We're gonna drop
terrible.
a lure on your Pokestop. It'll be fine.
Did you catch a walleye? That's what my dad would say.
I'm interested actually to see if this is going to work for brands who haven't spent 30 years building a brand recognition base like Nintendo has.
True.
Because part of that is just people are saying, well, they didn't market the game at all. Like, yeah, except it's in the Pokemon series, which has been building an audience for 30 years.
A lot of advocates
So we'll
there.
see. Like, right now it's definitely working for businesses to bring in more foot traffic, and the augmented reality thing has everybody talking. So we'll see if it can go beyond their little Pokesphere. I'm going to say Pokesphere.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause Pokeball is a thing that's in the game. You can't say that.
That would be probably illegal.
Yeah, so get outside the Pokesphere. And if you are running a business that doesn't have a stop or a gym, don't despair, because soon they're going to sell you one.
Ah.
That was the next wrinkle, is that they just announced that you can apply to pay for the privilege of having one of these virtual beacons in your physical space.
Interesting. I wonder how that's going to play out.
Yeah, instead of running ads, that's their revenue stream, which is fascinating.
Interesting.
Neat.
Well, those are our top news stories for you. I'm Tiffani Allen. You can follow me at Tiffani_Allen on Twitter.
And I'm Joshua Nite. You can find me at Nite Writes, Nite Writes on Twitter.
Or you can follow us both at TopRank or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get these delightful news videos every week.
Along with other cool stuff from the TopRank team.
If you want more info on the news for this week, visit the TopRank blog. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.